let's get into it.
The first thought's like, I don't know if I've seen a more impressive performance in a rematch.
I can't think of one, man.
It's so absurd. Like he
did everything right.
Yeah, it wasn't even competitive at any point. Like there was no point in that fight where I thought Deontay Wilder was doing anything worthwhile.
And even like I said, in the first 2 rounds, when he did have his feet under him, our Fury was taking those shots, the right hands. He was kind of turning with the punches, and he was doing a great job absorbing them and moving around and firing back and just tiring him out. I mean, it was perfect.
Yeah, I honestly thought the fight could have got stopped earlier. I get trying to let your fighter go out in the shield, and he has such one-punch power. You're like, well, maybe he'll land it.
Right.
But you gotta save that dude's durability. He can only take so many punches in his career, and there's no need to take that many getting beaten down that bad.
Even I saw a lot of people on social media talking about how hopefully Wilder, when he rewatches the film, he'll see why his trainer stopped it. For his family, for his kids. As a trainer, their main job is to make sure that their fighter makes it home to their family, and we've seen a lot of tragedies happen in the ring. And God forbid
there was 4 deaths in a boxing ring in 2000.
And those are heavyweights. Like, those guys hit hard. Those are the last guys you want to take shots from.
Yeah, like Tyson Fury hit him so hard on the outside of his ear, he ruptured his eardrum. Like, he split the inside of that open. It
was nuts. Yeah. He was hitting him from all angles, body shots. I mean, dude, it was just perfect. What'd you think about the weights they came in at? I think Tyson came in at like 273. Fury was like 230, right? Something like that.
So for the strategy that Fury brought in, him being heavier was fantastic. Right. Because he literally...
It was like dirty boxing.
Yeah.
It was just...
He was just hanging on
rough
Wilder.
and tough.
Sapping that power, sapping the strength, getting rid of those hard shots.
Right.
Just making him carry all 270 pounds of them. That's exhausting.
Right.
And there was a moment, I think in the second round, where he's weighing on him, and you see how tired Wilder is because he pulls out of the clinch real lazy. And Tyson grabs his head, turns it out,
and uppercuts him. Exactly.
Like,
those uppercuts were nuts.
Yeah, it was before he dropped him, and you're like, oh, this is how this is going to go. Like, this isn't going to go well.
Right.
He's tired already. Tyson is outclassing him with footwork, and he doesn't have pop ananymore. Like, he's pulled that away.
Exactly.
So from that point, you really saw just a downward spiral where Tyson's reads they were on point. Like, anytime Wilder would start to shore up a defense, he would exploit another one.
Right.
And you saw that with he was throwing the jab and the right over the top. The second Wilder started shrugging his shoulders.
When he would get up off the stool, you would see his feet kind of going back and forth. I know he said he had a leg injury, but that hit definitely did a lot of damage.
It was bad. I mean, it's anytime you get hit in temple ear, you're screwy.
Right.
But you see the reads, because at a point, Wilder started shoulder shrugging and trying to get his head away from that. And Fury goes, okay, if you're going to do that, I'm just going to exhaust you more and rip you with these rights to the body.
Right.
And he started putting together some mean body shots.
From my take, apologize to Tyson Fury. Because in my last episode, I did go back. I said my heart Tyson, but I should have just went with heart and from a fan. Because I knew deep down he wasn't going to hit you with that, Tyson. I knew it. But I will say that, first of all, if you follow me on social media, I've been kind of posting a lot of memes, a lot of things, ripping Deontay Wilder. But I would like to say that I do respect him so much. His story, fighting for his daughter, he started in boxing so late, in the Olympics, everything. I mean, dude, 41 knockouts, 42 wins. I mean, what he's done in boxing is crazy. He was the people's champ. But I will say, you can't be a one-trick pony like that. A lot of people downplay his strategy, but and I do agree with that. He is, to me, I still say he's a one-trick pony, but he's just, people underestimate his ability when to use that trick. Like with the Ortiz, you see him sit back. He had that shot planned out, and he does do great things like that. But against a fighter like Tyson Fury, you can't do that. And I think it goes to show, in the first fight, Tyson wasn't in shape like he should have been. He was out. He came back from being 400 pounds on drugs. Wilder stayed in shape that whole time, and he didn't do anything to get better in between the fights. To me,
it's the same thing as if it's not broke, don't fix it. And now they have something.
He just thought he was going to catch him again.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right.
The crazy thing is, these are still the legitimately the two best heavyweight fighters on the planet. Like,
I
the two
agree.
best
I
heavyweight
agree with
boxers.
that because Joshua's not beating them.
Yeah,
no
ever.
chance.
So to see Fury beat his closest competitor that bad, it just speaks to how great Fury is.
Yeah.
Like, this isn't a moment where we're like, Wilder is trash. Wilder's a terrible fighter.
Yeah, because everyone's trying to do that on social media.
He's not.
And I will say, I'm one of those people that it might look, but I'm just doing that kind of in the fun.
Mm-hmm.
But people are like, Fury is just that good of a fighter, and I don't think people realize that. That's why I tried to tell people. That's why I was kind of so, you could say, emotional about this fight, because I've had so many conversations / arguments with people where I just try to tell people, like, you don't understand how good of a fighter Tyson Fury is.
Yeah.
And I think now they do. Deontay Wilder was the people's champ. He was the one everyone in the United States kind of wanted to win.
Yeah.
And everyone was kind of rooting for him, but just kind of realized, like, his lack of boxing skills in there were, I mean, it was exploited like crazy against Tyson. Tyson's the best heavyweight boxer in the world right now.
Yeah. Wilder just needs to go back to the drawing board and add more tools to his toolbox.
Has to. He landed more jabs by one jab. Did you know that? He had 110 jabs, and Fury had 109.
Yeah, I mean, the problem with him in this fight was you see when he doesn't get to be the bully, and when he's getting pressured. Like,
Right.
Ortiz was pressuring him, but it was on his terms because he
Right.
could control it with his range and his reach. So when he loses the ability to control when they interact and when they come together,
Yeah.
he loses his ability to be the bully and his ability to land that power shot. So saying that, the big changes he needs to make are all footwork changes. He
Right.
needs to learn how to circle off, because he was getting caught on ropes. He wasn't taking
Oh my
good
gosh.
side steps or parting off.
He was
the
off
rope.
balance a lot.
Yeah, like,
I mean, Fury used his reach, and that was one thing was really noticeable if you look through all of Deontay's other fights, and then look at when he fights Tyson Fury. It's the first fighter he's fought that has the same or similar reach to him.
Mm-hmm.
So it's harder for Deontay to manage that, especially a guy that has a good jab, a good guard like Tyson does.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just like that right hand is just crazy.
I want Wilder to take a style more akin to, like, Shannon the Cannon Briggs, if you've ever seen him fight.
Yeah.
Head movement and, like, working inside, and when he pulls out, he's landing his shots.
Right.
You can't rely on pulling dudes into your power shots the whole time.
Right.
And the big exploitations, his head movement is a big one for me. His head movement and lack of footwork. Fury was just holding that outside edge with the foot. When they would come, Fury would step off center line. When Wilder would step to react, that's when that jab and that right hand would come over.
Right.
And so you see him not being able to keep up with the footwork, and the only answer he had for head movement was ducking to the inside. Well, if all you can do is duck to the inside,
He's going to pick up
hit
on
your
it.
body.
Yeah.
He just needs to go make changes, and he'll come out on top.
I agree. I mean, that was the biggest thing that I got mad with the whole Wilder. When I would kind of get in these arguments with people with Wilder is when they would compare him to Mike Tyson. Mm-hmm. Don't get me wrong, the punching power's there with Tyson, maybe better. But to compare him as a boxer to Tyson, I think is blasphemous.
Yeah.
If you just look at the sweet science that was Mike Tyson, him going back and forth, going body, head, body, it was just, he was like the definition of a true boxer with the knockout.
Yeah.
Kind of sprinkled in, Wilder just has that knockout, and that's why I kind of just would tell people, like, kind of look deeper beyond the knockout. I know he finds it a lot, but I didn't take into consideration Fury coming in that much. He looked more conditioned.
Yeah,
he
much
looked
more.
like, like you said, you looked at me when we were watching the fight. Tuck looked at me and said, "Holy shit. He's waiting for him at the center of the ring." You could tell Deontay was broken down. He didn't want to be there. And Fury was just in the center of the ring like, come on. I don't even know what to say about that.
Yeah,
that was nuts. It was crazy.
I love the intelligence of his corner and of his and of just Fury to give up. There was a point where he gave up a point because he was hanging on Wilder.
Yeah,
and that's fine. I was like, I love that strategy. If you can just keep exhausting him, make him carry your big ass, like,
Exactly.
and he's also, you're lighting him up in the clinch. Like, when it comes out, you're landing shots, and on the way in, you're landing shots.
Mm-hmm.
Just keep wearing him down, and you're going to break him. And that's
a lot of people talk about Wilder. What's so impressive, and I agree, what's so impressive about his style, he'll like literally get outpointed, outclassed the whole fight, but then he picks his shot at the end. They say how he maintains his power through all 12 rounds. Mm-hmm. That's why he says you need to be perfect for 12 rounds, and I think Tyson was perfect for 12 rounds. Like there was or for 7 rounds, there was no, he was perfect. I mean, I can't think of anything he could have done better.
Hard to argue.
He went out there and beat his ass. So what do you think's next for the heavyweight division?
I want to see Joshua Fury. I think that would destroy
Wembley
England,
Stadium. Joshua Fury, market. What's his name? Eddie Hearn. You
worst.
Son of a bitch.
The scummiest scumbag.
The scummiest scumbag, Eddie Hearn. You please make this fight and watch Anthony Joshua get dropped and embarrassed.
Yeah.
Because that's a lot of money, man.
It is.
And Fury's just going to embarrass him.
I mean,
dude, if you ever dealt Tyson Fury again, you're out of your mind, dude. You're nuts. Dude, even I'm a huge Tyson fan. I'm still appalled. Mm-hmm. How did he do that? I don't know. That was nuts.
Yeah, Joshua would have to fight such a perfect fight to beat him.
Right.
Because he's giving up things that he usually has as far as like range, and I also think maybe even strength in that. Because if Fury comes in heavy
big he
again,
was, dude, every shot was hurting him. Mm-hmm. Like even you said, Wilder has a great chin, mm-hmm. and you even in the first fight you said how good he is at taking the shots and just kind of eating it until he finds his shot. Mm-hmm. But this fight, you could tell it was different in that Wilder, when he was eating these shots, it was hurting him, and he was off his rocker a couple times.
Yeah,
I mean they had to stop it.
You saw with the jabs. I think Fury's moved. He needs to be with that trainer for the rest of his fucking fighting career. This is great. Fuck that dude that you were with before for the earlier fights. He's talking a bunch of stuff. I don't know how his camp went. I don't know because he said he came in injured too. Like,
well, he said his trainer said that he got injured in the beginning of camp, mm-hmm. and it was kind of like it healed up, but it was kind of nagging him.
Yeah.
But he said it won't affect his fight. But Wilder's camp, they said nothing. Like they said everything was good.
Yeah.
So that's why, because a lot of people were saying how this is going to be awesome. How before they were saying how Fury wasn't conditioned. Mm-hmm. Like this was no excuses because no one was hurt except that little minor injury that Fury suffered in camp that they said shouldn't affect. Yeah. And then after the fight.
I mean, they're fighters.
They're fighters. Everyone's going to get hurt. So what did you think about that body shot that dropped him?
I love that he was going to the body in there. We talked about this beforehand, too. Like,
said they both need to go to the body. What round was that?
I think 4, maybe.
4.
Yeah.
Dude, so how many times did he drop him? Do you have the stats?
Yeah. Fury, as a heavyweight, threw almost 300 punches. Jesus, that's a lot of shots.
Jeez, OP.
Yeah, I know in the 6th round, he outlanded Wilder, I think, 30-5, which is just wild.
Wilder.
Yeah. Wilder has 2 options here moving forward. He either can we're either going to see him fix a lot of problems and come back, and we might hopefully see a trilogy, or he's just going to bite into take a downward spiral with some demons and really not perform well after this. I don't know what else to say about it. It was just such an amazing moment.
It was an amazing fight. I mean, definitely one-sided. I'm sorry if you're a Wilder fan. Well, you're a Wilder fan, and you still say it was an amazing fight, but you're more of a fight fan.
Well, I can appreciate
some of these dudes at the bar we were at were going nuts.
Yeah, screaming at the TV,
crazy.
flicking it off.
When he licked the blood.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see how this fight could have gone any better for Fury.
Neither.
I think a knockout would have been.
Yeah, maybe a knockout, like he said. Well, if he knocked him out, like he said in the second round, a lot of people think he won the first one. Mm-hmm. He outclassed him the whole first fight and got caught. This one, he outclassed him the whole fight, but beat the shit out of him and finished him. So what more is there to see?
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, do we just want to see Wilder just hunt for this just big right hand the whole time? I think Fury just outclassed him so much. Yeah. I don't need to see it right now. Let's see Wilder go up against some other guys, work on his game a little bit, and come back to it.
And as far as timetables, Wilder has so much healing to do. Like, he is so busted up.
His eardrum... they said his eardrum didn't get ruptured. They said he got a cut. But I don't know.
Yeah.
They might just be saying that.
His equilibrium was so fucked up. I find that hard to believe.